Alright, so what's up YouTube? This is TK from Comic Sire. We're out here at Joefest 2019, wrapping up the evening, hanging out with my buddy
Christopher Galamb, VGH Video Games and More.
So, man, alright, obviously we bought a good amount of stuff. I mean, right here we got the Hulk in the background, which I had to get that one, man. I mean, at a lot of Comic Cons, we've been Wizard World, Pensacon, they always have the Hulk from like Ragnarok or something like that. The cartoon one, I thought that was just epic, man. So I was wondering if you could tell the fans of, your fans, our fans, a little bit of what you do, man.
Well, I own a vintage video games and toy store, and I am a Mego ambassador. What that is I carry the newer stuff, helping to bring that company back to relevancy public-wise. And with that,
the Migos are epic.
Yeah, some great stuff that they've been doing. Amazing stuff, actually. And the response has been through the roof. I can't even explain it.
Well, I mean, this is you saw my reaction when I saw y'all stand and like, oh my God, they have all the best stuff. Like, you guys gotta check this shop out. Like, check these guys out. So when I saw those Amigos, the Freddy Krueger one we bought, and we did the interview with the chick that does all the stitch working.
Miss Rachel Baker.
Yes, and oh my God, she signed it. Was nice enough to do that, and like I was just blown away when I saw those. I mean, y'all had some from Star Trek. Y'all had Freddy. I mean, if
we had
you can
different
name
horror.
Off of some of them.
We had a couple different Freddys: Invisible Man, Dracula. Oh goodness, Gorn, Star Trek. We had the Tribbles with Kirk, Spock.
Yeah, man. I mean,
we had
awesome.
We had Bruce Lee, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Elvis Presley, Jimi Hendrix, which is not exactly a figure that you would ever expect to see.
Yeah, especially in the Migos. It's like on the Migos, man. I gotta say, like, bringing it back, like I thank God, cameraman Mike over here and I are like from the generation, and you're from the generation where we grew up on that stuff. Like, and now to see Migos coming out there again, like for new generations, for kids to be able to say, "Hey, we had a Migo," by the time they're our age. I mean, that's just epic, man.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a fantastic grassroots type situation. The company they kind of left relevance 30 plus years ago, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it was more of the 70s and
they were one of
towards the 80s.
They were actually, I think they were the first, if I'm not mistaken, company to actually work with licensed characters.
Yes, actually they were.
With Star Trek, I think that was one of the first ones, if not the first. And then they had Planet of the Apes and stuff like that. And it's the collectors after the company left. The collectors kept it alive. I mean, there's people that are doing so many different customizations. Miss Rachel Baker, she's one of them. She does amazing work.
Dude, yeah.
And,
oh my God, like that, Freddy. That thing. Just so you guys know, the Hulk and the Freddy, man. When you watch this channel next time you see Comic Insider, you're gonna see our, the statue we got from y'all and the Amigo.
Awesome.
The Amigo's staying in the box forever. But that's gonna be in the background on the set. Just so y'all know, like.
Awesome. But yeah, they, I mean, there's so many people that are doing their own customs and whatnot, and it kept Mego as a big collector's community, and it convinced the powers that be. With the Marty Abrams, he's the founder of the company, and he is again bringing it back to relevance, and the collectors community basically existing on the level that it does is, I think, honestly, what influenced it to come back. And it's been amazing that it did. There's so many different licenses. There's just different things that are on the horizon. There's different stuff. And I started with Mego personally with my store maybe 6 months ago, if that. I signed up with the vendor company primarily because some of my customer base that I do a lot of work with online liked the way that I do business, the way that I am very personal with my business, hands-on, and instead of going through my website and my Facebook page, they directly message me.
Well, see, that's the great thing. Like in the community, especially like out here at Joefest. One thing I really loved about this Comic-Con, and I definitely recommend it for all of you fans to be out here next year for the 2020 for Joefest, because
Definitely amazing.
I mean, there's so many people like. You guys helped me out when I wanted to pick something out. We conversated. I mean, everybody was like that here. Everybody. I mean, I try not to cuss too much on the show, but everybody gave a damn.
Yeah.
And not just for the community, but for the Comic-Con family, everything. And
For so
this was such a
long-
great event. Like, once again, man, it is an honor to meet you, man.
Thank you. For so long, Augusta's not had anything major going on. I mean, there's the Masters, of course. I mean, who doesn't know the Masters? It's everywhere around the world.
Right.
But as far as something like this, it's not existed in a very long time. I mean, I know, like, I don't know, maybe 30 years ago or something, there was something going on here. But it's just not been anything that's been jumping on that level. And the Augusta having something now, it's getting a massive response. Like last year, the Augusta Toy and Comic Show featuring Joefest was, I don't know, maybe a fourth of this size, maybe a third. You know, it wasn't very big.
I actually wanted to say something on this because this is very funny to me. So last year, around the time of Joefest last year,
Yes.
I did not, like, this is a very new channel. We've only been out for about a year and like 3 months. And last time I heard about Joefest, it was right before I started my channel. And I was like, oh my God, I was wanting to get into this world. And I said to myself, I was like, that's going to be one of the Comic-Cons I'm going to. Seeing Joefest this year, I mean, I think it's going to be pretty much like Pensacon or one of those big ones in the next few years, because this is
in just 2 years' time.
family friendly, everything
Blown up. I mean, beyond, I believe, any expectations that anybody thought was going to happen.
Right.
I can't speak for the show, only as vendor. But the man responsible for it, Ed, is a fantastic, great guy, and he's an amazing friend, good friend. And
hopefully, we're trying to. We contacted the staff earlier today, trying to get a Facebook Live video with him later on this week or the next. Hopefully,
never know, right? But yeah, I almost believe that it's meeting and exceeding expectations that might not have even been planned for another few more years, to be honest with you. I honestly didn't foresee this being as big as a massive as it's been in just 2 years.
right.
I wasn't on the ground level coming in. I was late to it. I didn't even know that it was going on. And I'm that toy store in town basically. And one of my customers,
Pretty much the guy that for Augusta, if you want to get some cool sci-fi stuff, you're the man to talk to.
I carry Transformers, some G.I. Joe, pop figures. I got Nintendo, Sega Genesis, video games, toys. All the '80s stuff. I mean, it looks like the '80s just blew up in my store.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I found out about Joefest late. Matter of fact, it was sold out before I even knew about it because I get so busy with the store. Well, one of my customers came through, and I guess he's friends with Ed, and he told me about it and said, hey, why don't you see if you can't get a spot? Honestly, one of the coolest things, best things I've done, because I've never really messed with doing shows that much. Literally, this is only the third show I've ever sold at.
Oh, man.
And this is the second time.
I hope we're going to be seeing you at some more upcoming events, man. Because do you guys have anything coming up?
No, literally, I've only done Joefest the 2 times, and I did one show 5 years ago, maybe, in I guess it was Savannah or somewhere, South Georgia wise. And the show left a bad taste in my mouth, so I didn't bother for so long. I just didn't want to bother with it. But Ed and I kind of hit it off, became pretty good friends and acquaintances and whatnot. And I trusted him.
Right.
I told him, I said, look, dude, I said, you are a workhorse. And see, that's how I am. So I knew right then and there when I got that feeling of the workhorse that he is, that this was going to be just massive. and it's growing. I mean, it's still small compared to some, but for a second year, this is.
I gotta say,
huge.
I was very impressed with this Comic-Con.
Yes.
Like, and you guys were one of the nicest people we ran into out here, and just it's so amazing seeing this. But Comic Insider, we're definitely going to be out here next year. Check that out, and check out.
I reserved more space for next year.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, I hear you, man. This event was epic.
Not just what I had this year, but I reserved like 3 or 4 more tables in addition.
So pretty much we're going to run into you next year.
Oh yeah, I'll be here.
Yeah.
I'll be here. I just told them let me know when and how much I owe you.
Right.
So I will be here. I told him I'll follow him wherever he's going. If he's in charge of a show, and I don't care if it's California, if I can find a way to be it, I will be first on his list to be at the show.
Awesome.
That's a loyalty that I'm going to follow through with. I gave my word that I would do everything I can to follow his show and be there.
It's always good being around good people with good vibes and all that.
Oh yeah, like I said, wonderful guy, extremely humble. I mean, you can't meet a nicer guy. You know what I mean? And that's important to me in business. I do business old school, and old school meaning your word is gold. Your word that's you.
Right.
So, and I got that feeling when I met Ed. I got that feeling, I still do, and it's fantastic. So I'll be at every single Joefest.
We'll see you there very much, everyone. Well, I know you're a busy man. We're gonna let you get back to it.
That's fine.
And once again, like you say, you guys on Facebook, right?
It's a VGH Video Games and More.
All right, make sure to check them out. Comic Insider. We will see you in the multiverse. Like and subscribe. Check out new episodes of Comic Insider every week, Tuesdays and Fridays at 8, 7 Central on YouTube and Facebook. Like and subscribe. We'll see you in the multiverse.
Insider. You better be watching it. Yes, I will. Yeah, I will hunt you down and find you. I'm trained, You better be watching.